Here we are. Welcome, students. So this is the demo session for Science Olympiad preparation for grade 7 and 8. So let us introduce ourselves first of all. So we are MTG Learning Media, as most of you are aware of it. We are an official academic partner for Science Olympiad Foundation. And we have presence in more than 70 countries. We are the number one. We are number one publishers for NEET, JEE, CBSE, CUET, and Olympiad preparation categories. We have presence in 70 plus countries. We are providing content for K-12 and test preparation category, which is quite familiar among students and teachers. There are more than 16 crore physical books copies have been sold till yet. We have presence in more than 1.96 lakh schools and coaching institutes. More than 6.5 lakh teachers are associated with us for their learning needs and requirements. Okay, so let's see. So let's see what are the topics for today. So today we are going to see what is NSO, what are the benefits of taking NSO exam, why NSO Olympiad preparation needs a special training, what are the type of questions that comes in NSO. So we'll take these few questions also along with you, and our teacher will explain those questions. So first of all, let's see what is NSO. NSO is an international level exam which is conducted by SOF every year in two levels, level 1 and level 2. So students who qualify for level 1, who qualify in level 1, they give level 2 exam also. What are the benefits of taking NSO? It ignites a passion for science in students and fosters a generation of curious learners who want to become future innovators. It provides a national and international stage for young scientists to showcase their talent and knowledge, inspiring them to reach to their full potential. It goes beyond rote memorization. So exposure to NSO exams gives you exposure where you enhance your critical thinking, your problem solving, and taking these hands-on skills. When taking these skills as your essential skills for the upcoming academics and scientific explorations. It fosters a spirit of collaboration among students community and a healthy competition with your peer ones. So it motivates all of you to push your limits and enhance your intellectual skills also. Okay, winning at NSO, it's more than a trophy. It's a confidence booster. So students who give Olympiad exams, it gives a different kind of confidence in them. It gives a strong foundation for their subject. Let's see what are other benefits also. So there are awards and recognition also given by SOF who are top scorers and rankers. So you can see at international level, if the students score first, second, and third rank, they get prizes. So first rank gets 50,000 plus international gold medal. Second rank holder gets 25,000 for each subject. I'm talking here. Plus silver medal. Third ranker get 10,000 each plus bronze medal. And students, you get an opportunity to compete with lakhs of students who are not only in India, they are based on abroad also. At zonal level, you can see there are various ranks. Students get awards for various ranks. Like for first rank, 5,000, for second rank, 2,500, for third rank, 1,000, as well as these medals. For fourth onwards, you also get some prizes, medals of distinction, certificate of distinctions. At school level, every student who participate in Olympiad exam, they get participation certificate. All students who score 100% marks, they will be awarded gold medal of excellence. Merit certificate to all second level participant students. So top 10 to 25 rank holders from each class, they get Olympiad, they get medals of distinction. So apart from that, you get a student progress report also along each student who participate in these exams, they get a certificate of participation as well as student progress report in which your complete analysis is given by SOF, like which topics and which areas, which kind of skills a student is lacking or he's good at. Okay, so let's see what is the competition that NSO offers you. There are more than 70 plus countries from which students participate in these exams. There are 7 million students who appear for Olympiad exam almost every year. What are the dates for NSO exam for upcoming NSO exam? So this year the dates are 18th October for this is the first date, second date 12th of November, and third date is 3rd of December. So these are the 3 dates. A school will choose any of the dates because the registrations are through schools only. So school will choose which date they prefer for the exam on their premises. Okay, so this is just for the information, like when the exam is going to happen, and so you can start your preparation. Why NSO preparation is important? NSO preparation with the right strategies is important because it pushes you beyond the textbooks. It's the challenging questions and the problems that comes in Olympiad exam, they require deeper understanding rather than rote memorization. So these questions, it increases your creative thinking and application of the knowledge in the question. Unveiling the unexpected means it gives you challenge in the unique format with unfamiliar problem types, demanding a strategic approach to find these questions solutions. So we will see few questions where we will analyze and see how to solve such questions. Time management. So these questions definitely require your analysis and thinking. The solving question is also an important thing. I understand some students solve the questions, but they take time. The solving questions within the time limit is very, very important. So winners are those who solve these questions within the time management. Okay, and mastering the art of approach. So this Olympiad exams, it not only helps you in strategic thinking, it also helps you analyze the questions and prioritizing the questions and elements where you have to prioritize and plan accordingly. So this gives you an exposure where you can use your intellectual skills and expand your knowledge and apply that knowledge in solving day-to-day questions, day-to-day problems during your school time, and when you grow up, when you go in when you face the world, you will be problem solving and a positive thinker. Okay, so let's see a few kind of questions that comes in NSO. For grades 7 and 8, these are combined few questions. We have taken these questions from the common topic that are in 7 and 8. So students, are you ready to solve these questions with us? Please raise your hand. Yeah, Dhruvi, Venkat, Rishi. I heard this student name earlier also, Rishi, Mritika, Sanvi. So all students are very excited to solve the questions. It's great to know that. Thank you so much. So let's, I'll just show you what kind of questions that we are going to cover in this session. Few circuit-based questions. So students, electricity topic is there in 7 and 8. So we'll take a circuit-based question based on Venn diagram, graph-based question, experiment-based question, statement type question, select the correct or incorrect match, question based on table, question based on chart, completing the missing flow, and question on light waves. So these are the type of questions that we are going to discuss in this session. So gear up with your pen and paper, and you will you will enjoy solving these questions. And we will discuss the strategy, what strategy we have to follow in solving those questions. So this is the first question. Over to you, Gagan sir. Let me introduce Gagan sir. He is a lead trainer for Olympiad preparation. He is teaching in science and maths classes. So Gagan sir, please take over the session and please take these questions.
Sure, thank you, ma'am. So, hi, students. My name is Gagan Makkad, and I've been teaching online and offline for Olympiads and competitive exams since last 6 years. So, we'll be catering some questions now, and through those questions, we'll be trying to know what sort of questions can we expect in the Olympiad exams and what those questions actually test. Okay, so now starting with our first question, let me share the screen quickly. So here is the first question in front of you. This is a circuit-based questions. So this question will test the in-depth knowledge of the concept that you have grasped in the chapter electricity. So go for it. I'm giving you 30-40 seconds to think about this question, and then we'll start discussing this question. And these kind of questions are very popular in Olympiad exams because they check if you have grasped the basic concepts of the chapter in a better way or not. So we have three light bulbs here, one, two, and three, and the situation is telling you that what if we add another bulb here? Okay, what if we add another bulb here in parallel to 1 and 2? How will that affect the brightness of the bulbs? You have to think about this. So tell me, guys, if I, let's go one by one. We have to. These kind of questions can be solved using layering technique. So first, identify the layers in the question. What will happen if you connect one more bulb in parallel with the bulb 1 and 2? Would that decrease the overall resistance of the circuit? Yes or no? So the overall resistance, or it is also known as R equivalent, this will get decreased. So now the overall resistance decreases, but the battery is still same. So the current will be drawn more. So now the current that is going to the circuit is more. Now, whatever this current is, this will come through this path and go to 3. Now, in the previous case, bulb 3 was getting some current, but in after this, the bulb 3 will get more current. That means bulb 3 will be brighter. This is for sure. This makes me eliminate option D. Now bulb 3 will be brighter. Now what about bulb 1 and bulb 2? Now this current that is going here, first of all, it was getting bifurcated in two paths. Now it will get bifurcated in three parts. So bulb 1 and bulb 2 will get dimmer. So the correct answer here will be option A. Okay, and the most important word here is identical. That all of these bulbs are identical. That means they have identical resistances. Okay, let's move forward and look at another type of questions. These are known as Venn diagram, not E. This should be Venn diagram. Okay, Venn diagram based questions. So in these type of questions, you have the circles and certain properties written in those circles. Now also these alphabets tell you, X tells you about animal which possesses endoskeleton, and also X is an animal with sticky pads on the feet. Now go through the options and tell me which one is the incorrect option. So you have to match. Okay, you have to do match the following basically. Y can be penguin, characteristics, wings modified with flip into flippers, possess blubber. Z could be chameleon, long sticky tongue, prehensile tail. X could be octopus, bears 8 arms, cooks into a escape predator. Z could be pangolin, which has these characteristics. You have to choose the incorrect option. Does octopus has or does octopus possess endoskeleton? Is this true? Tell me, guys. Is this true? You got your answer. So in this, we used options to get to the answer quickly. As Usha ma'am told you, it is about knowing the concepts in depth. Yes, it is very, very important, but solving the questions in time is more important than that. You can't take 3, 4, 5 minutes in one question. That will not make you a top scorer. So you have to be smart while solving questions, how you are using the options, how you are using the gaps that are provided in the question to get to the answer very quickly. So the correct answer here would be option C. Let us see another type of question. Here it is a graph based question. So you have to analyze the graph first, decode all the information that you can decode from this graph, then look at the options and try to analyze what statement is correct here. So we have a graph and we have like temperature on one axis, and then we have like basically biomes on the other axis, and you have to tell me out of these four options which one of them is correct. S. S is what zone? Can S be a desert zone? Because the temperature is pretty high, right? S is a desert zone. P can be what? Normal tropical zone, right? Normal tropical forest type ka zone. Then R is what? R and Q are like, Arctic or Antarctica type of zones, like, pretty cold. So now use the options and tell me which one of it is correct. Animals inhabiting S possess blubber. Animals inhabiting R may have small body appendages to reduce the exposed surface area. Yes, this seems right, right? This actually seems right. So according to me, now you are going through the options and you know that out of these four, only one option can be correct. Now, when I read option B, it like, I can like, confirm it that this is absolutely correct. I don't have to go to the option C and D to waste my time. I know that B is absolutely correct. If I'm sure about it, just take it and move ahead. That will save your time. Okay. So the explanation is written here in the graph. S represents hot desert that I told you area. P represent tropical rainforest area. Q and R represent cold areas like Arctic and Antarctic. Desert animals do not possess Desert animals do not possess blubber and they use metabolic water to fulfill their water requirements. Animals inhabiting cold and hot areas undergo hibernation and aestivation, respectively. Let's move forward and do another question. Now, again, this question is based on circuit or the understanding of current. Okay, the understanding of magnetic field. So Lena had set up some experiment and she has made some observations, and those observations are written here. Look at the beauty of the question. So, an experiment has been done by some person, and that person observed something from this experiment. Now, you have to perceive, you have to interpret which of these observations are correct or incorrect. Okay, so let us read about the experiment. She found out, so Lena had set up the experiment as shown in the figure. So this is a steel nail connected to a battery. She found out that the steel nail in setup X had attracted more iron pins than the steel nail in setup Y. What could be the reason for this? That means the magnetization in the in the setup X has been more than the magnetization in the setup Y. So the reason can be for this is the batteries used in setup X are more expensive. Is this correct or not? There are more batteries used in setup X. The number of turns of coils around the nail in the setup Y is fewer than in setup X. And then a longer wire was used in setup X. So now, this is nonsense, okay? How expensive the battery is, that doesn't matter. But here you can see that two batteries are used because the batteries are like more batteries are used. That means the more current will be there. The more the current, the more the magnetization will be. So this is absolutely correct. Coming to option 3, it is telling us the number of turns of coils around the nail in setup Y is fewer. Yes. So the magnetization or the magnetic effect also depends on the number of coils. The more the number of coils, the more will be the magnetic effect. So it is also right. And a longer wire was used. This is not correct. So the correct answer would be that will have option 2 and option 3. So C is the correct answer. And here is the explanation that I have already told you guys. Okay. Let's move forward to another kind of question. This is a statement type question, and that is also known as assertion reason question. Okay. So these type of questions are also known as assertion reason questions. So statement one will be a normal statement. You have to check if the statement one is correct or not. Then you have to check statement two independently. First of all, these two statements has to be checked independently if they are correct or not. And then you have to check the relation between them. Like, whether the statement 2 is justifying the statement 1 or not. That you will have to check afterwards. So first we'll check statement 1 credibility, if it is true or not. Acids are substances which produce hydrogen ions when dissolved in water. Absolutely correct. Statement 1 is absolutely, statement 1 yani ki S1 is absolutely correct. Let us talk about statement 2. Acids are bitter in taste. No, this is wrong. Acids are sour in taste. Okay, so statement 2 is independently wrong. Now, because both the statements are not correct, we don't have to check for the relationship. When do we check relationship? If both the statements are correct. So now we look for the option that tells us statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is wrong. It is given in option C. Hence the correct answer is option C. Okay. Chalo. Let's do another question, and this question is a simple match the following question. You have to tell me out of these options which is the incorrect match. Azo, Dandelion, Coconut, and Urena. Agent of disposal, adaptability for disposal. It's a pretty straightforward theory question. So, like, in your Olympiad exams, usually students have this misconception that all of the questions will be hard, or, all of the questions will make you think. That is not like that. Even in the most prestigious J advanced examination, if you know about J advanced exam, that is the gateway to all the prestigious IITs. 70 to 80% questions are based on previous year questions only. And out of 100% questions, 30 to 40% questions are very much doable. And the cutoff for the exam is 50 to 55%. So in all the competitive exams, you have to pick the right questions at the right time. This is a skill that you will need to develop over a period of time, and all the questions are not difficult, so you have to choose the easier questions first, do it in the first phase, then look for the questions, pick questions very you have to pick your questions in whole of the exam. So the incorrect match would be option B here, because here the water shouldn't be there, here it should be what, wind. So the incorrect option here is option B. Chalo, let's move forward and do another question. It is a table-based question and information is given to you in this table. Like, you have to decode all the information that is given here in this table and then go for the options and tell me which one of these are correct. Batter to idli. Is it a physical change? Is it a chemical change? Is it a reversible change? And it is given to you according to the table. Physical change, no. Chemical change, yes. Reversible change, no. Then melting of wax. Physical change, no. Chemical change, yes. Reversible change, yes. Rusting of iron. So you have to tell me which one of these are correct. Rusting of iron. Is it a chemical change? Rusting of iron is a chemical change. Correct. So 3 has to be in my answer, guys, right? 3 has to be in my answers. This makes, see, this is how you do questions. Option A and option D gets eliminated because 3 is absolutely correct. And this is the easiest to catch. Now, going forward, talking about tearing of paper. Again, this is very easy. I know tearing of paper is physical change, chemical change, reversible change. Now, tearing of paper is a physical change, but irreversible change. Hence, this is again incorrect. That means 5 shouldn't be here. Hence, the correct answer should be option B. Okay. Let's move forward and do another chart-based question. So chart-based questions, table-based questions, circuit-based questions, these are like, the favorite kind of questions of examiners. These are like, these are asked in abundancy. So you have to be very, very carefully. You have to do these questions very, very carefully. First of all, again, observe the flow chart that has been given to you here and then look for the correct options. You have to identify the substances P, Q, R, and S here. Let me go through the chart once. Okay. What is it telling us? Substances. Okay. Substances can be edible or non-edible. Okay. Perfect. Then the edible substances can be transparent or opaque. Okay, got it. And then the transparent substances, it is miscible in water. That means it gets mixed with water. Okay, so this is a substance P that we are talking about. So P has properties that it is edible, it is transparent, and it is miscible in water. What about Q? Q is edible, it is soluble in water, and it is opaque. What about R? It sinks in water, it is lustrous, and it is non-edible. What about S? It floats on water, it is non-lustrous, and it is again non-edible. Now go for the option. What can be P? Can it be oil? Can it be common salt? Can it be glycerine? So I think glycerine, right? P can be glycerine. Okay, so that gives us option C and option D. A and B gets eliminated. Let's talk about Q substance, soluble in water. Now sand. Sand is soluble in water? No. Hence the correct answer is option C. So you just have to figure out P and Q and you will get to the right answer. And now don't check for R and S. That will only waste your time. Proceed to the next question. So the correct answer here is option C. Okay. Chalo. Let's do another question. It is a flow diagram question. Again, a flow diagram is given to you and the options are given to you here. You have to again interpret this flow diagram, get the information out of it and use it in the options. The given figure shows a wind turbine used to produce electricity. Complete the block diagram given by selecting the most appropriate option to show the energy change or the energy transformation. X energy of the wind gets converted into Y energy of the turbine blades, gets converted into Z energy of the generator, and then it gets converted to electrical energy. So now guys, energy of the wind. Wind is flowing. Flowing energy is what? Kinetic energy. Okay. So X will be kinetic energy. That gives us option A and B to deal with. Now, the kinetic energy of the wind, what? It rotates the turbine blades. That means there is a rotational energy. There is a rotational energy. And now this rotational energy is used for the generator and the mechanical energy of the generator goes forward and gives us electrical energy. So the correct answer here is option A. That means the kinetic energy of the wind converts into rotational energy of the turbine blades. That in turn converts into mechanical energy of the generator, and that in turn converts into electrical energy. Okay. Chalo. Let's do this last question. Okay, again, this is a favorite type of question of examiners. Light is a very, very important chapter. Light and electricity both are very important chapters. So you have to tell me out of all these, which one is the right ray diagram for a concave lens. Do you guys know the property or the characteristic of concave lens? Is it diverging in nature or is it converging in nature? Concave lenses diverging in nature. Diverging means it sets apart. It sets apart. Here, the rays are converging after refraction. Here, the rays are moving parallel. No. Here, the rays have no effect. So the correct answer would be option D, because see, they are diverging, they are moving apart after refraction. So the correct answer here is option D. So all of these questions we have discussed in this lecture, the purpose was to make you understand what sort of questions are asked in the examination. The purpose was not to check your knowledge of concepts. Okay, that is secondary, because like we provide you classes, we'll make sure that you develop the concepts rightly. But the important thing is to understand that all of these questions check your interpretation skills, your problem solving ability, how smart you are, how well you choose the questions, choose the right questions at the right time. And this is it from my end. Over to you, Usha ma'am.
Thank you, sir. So let's take the next steps. So these are the questions that Gagan sir has discussed with you, and they have explained what are the techniques to solve such questions. And I hope you would have gained some knowledge and plans, I mean, the strategies how to go about these questions. And I hope you have learned how to solve the questions. You have used your thinking ability, your practicing ability, your learning ability, analyzing and having fun. So students, these are Olympiad questions, and I'm sure those are students who like challenging questions. They definitely want such kind of questions to expand their knowledge and to expand their intellectual skills. Okay, so let's see how MTG is helping them in gaining the strong foundation over concepts as well as Olympiad question taking strategies. So the winning formula is the preparation is the key. Winners are those who prepare well, who guard themselves with the right strategies, right kind of right study material and right kind of guidance. In our MTG classes, since we are an official academic partner for Science Olympiad Foundation, so we have been using effective strategies to solve questions, regular assessments, and weekly tests to assess your understanding. Most important, time management skills, how to minimize the time in solving your questions. So it's very important to get exposure where you get a chance to solve the questions within the minimum amount of time. Doubt solving, there are doubt solving supports is always there whenever you have a questions. Since learners have doubts, and making their doubts always our duty, and we are always there to help with their doubts. Concept building, core concept building is there. I mean, student has will have a strong foundation over their concepts, and we will have a strong community of Olympiad champions. So it's not only India, even we have students from abroad also who are taking classes from us in Olympiad, where so you can say these are the Olympiad champions, where you will get, I mean, you will get connect to them, and so in the classes, student participate in quizzes, questions, and discuss the questions also. So you will get that kind of peers environment where the competition, you will have a Hindi competition with the students also. So in the classes, we have features like this is the schedule for our classes for 7 and 8. The classes are starting from 15th April, that is coming Monday. The timing for grade 7 is 7:30 to 8:30. For 8 is 6:15 to 7:15. So sessions, number of sessions are mentioned, 28 sessions for 7 and 30 sessions for class 8. Those who are interested to know about these classes, they can reach out to us at the given numbers. We'll share the number in the chat box. Rekha ma'am, please share the Google form and the numbers in the chat box. Also, the features of the classes are like there are 28 to 30 live interactive sessions covering the concept, explanation, as well as taking the practice questions. There are dedicated doubt solving. Each class will be of 1 hour. Doubt clearance will be handled during the class as well. So we provide an opportunity for students to ask their doubts in the class also. After class assignments, we provide them weekly test, and after class, every day after class, there is an assignment based on the topic, and there is a weekly test based on the topic. We provide topic-wise PDF worksheet that we provide through student portal. It's a web and mobile-based app which student will be provided with, along with class notes, discussion forum, and recordings. So this is the student portal in which we provide all these facilities to students so that everything will be at one place. So this is all digital material. There is no physical material included in this. This is all digital and it will be available to you all at one place. If you have to revise class note, if you have to go back to the test, or if you have to attempt the test, if you want to see the class recording, everything will be at one place where a student can go and re-revise whenever they need. There is access to discussion forum in which they can ask questions. If they come across the topic and if they have any doubt, they can always pose the question in the discussion forum and our subject team will reply to their questions. So we can say more than approximately 60% students who are part of our MTG online classes last year, they have qualified for the level 2 exam. So this is how well prepared students are from these. They get the guidance and strategies from these classes. If you want to score them, then get access to the right tools and guidance. And thank you so much for attending this session. And I'm sure out of these questions, you would have gained some kind of knowledge and skill, like how to go about these questions. Okay, so if you have any question or query related to the classes, you can reach to this number 8800020893, or you can mail to us at mtgonlineclass@mtg.in. Our team has shared a form also in the chat box. If anybody is looking for in online classes or wants to know about online classes, they can fill that form and our team will get in touch with them. Okay, so I think we can end up the session here now. If anybody has any question, they can raise their hand. I'll take few questions. So I can see 3 students have raised their hand. Do you have a query, or there is no query? If there is no query, you can lower down it. Otherwise, I'll ask the question from you. Okay, so first let's ask Rishi Joshi. What is the question?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have a doubt in the questions that sir showed us.
Okay, which question?
The first one, electricity.
Okay, Gagan sir, would you help us in his doubt?
Ma'am, can you just go to that slide?
Yeah, sure. This is the question.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. Yes, Rishi, tell me. What's
Sir,
your
I
doubt?
can understand when you add another bulb in the parallel circle, in parallel to bulb one, won't the required resistance increase?
See, when we actually add, you have to understand how things work in parallel circuit and series circuit. Okay, so when we talk about the parallel circuit, let me, if I can choose the whiteboard here.
Just give me 1 minute. Let me enable. Yeah.
Control speech. Can you see me writing, guys? No, right? Nope, nope, nope. Uh, can I share, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. I'll be sharing my screen and then letting you know. Okay, so we are talking about, give me a moment. Is my screen visible, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So we are talking about this question. So now when we add another bulb in the parallel, okay, what happens is, first of all, you need to understand when you connect appliances in parallel circuit. Okay, so now if this is R and this is R, what will be my equivalent resistance here? R by 2, right? Now, if I add another resistance here, first the equivalent resistance of was R by 2 of the circuit. Now, if I add another resistance here, what would it be? The equivalent resistance would be 1 by R equivalent. This will be given by 1 by R plus 1 by R plus 1 by R. So now from here, I get that R equivalent is R by 3. So now R by 3 is what? Less than R by 2. So as you can see, when I add another bulb, which will have its resistance in parallel to already two applied resistances, the resistance what? It decreases. So the overall resistance of this circuit will decrease, and hence the current that will be drawn from the voltage will increase, and then we'll apply the known concepts, and then we can get to the correct answer, option A. Rishi, is it okay now?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, it's done, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's take if anybody has question. Otherwise, we can end up the session. Mr. Ritnik Datta, you have any question? No. Okay. Shipiris Kumar, do you have any question? Yes, ma'am. Do you have any question?
Yeah, regarding this online classes,
Mhm.
I